Welcome into Behind the Line. I'm Brian Bridge, and today we continue to look at sports figures that deserve to be considered the greatest athletes of all time. Today, we look at Usain Bolt. Bolt was born on August 21st, 1986, to parents Wellesley and Jennifer Bolt in Sherwood Content, a small town in Jamaica. He has one brother and one sister. Growing up, his parents ran the local grocery store in the rural area, and Bolt spent his time playing cricket and football in the street with his brother. He later said, quote, "When I was young, I didn't really think about anything other than sports." In his autobiography, Bolt revealed that he suffered from scoliosis, a condition that has curved his spine to the right and has made his right leg half an inch shorter than his left. A result of this is that his left leg remains on the ground 14% longer than his right leg. As a child, Bolt attended Waldensia Primary, where he began showing his sprint potential when he ran in his parish's annual National Primary School Meet. By the age of 12, Bolt had become the school's fastest runner over the 100 meters distance. At this same time, Bolt also developed an affection for European football teams Real Madrid and Manchester United. When he first started at William Knibb Memorial High School, Bolt continued to focus on other sports, but his cricket coach noticed Bolt's speed on the pitch and urged him to try track and field events. Pablo McNeil, a former Olympic sprint athlete, and former NFL player Dwayne Jarrett coached Bolt, encouraging him to focus his energy on improving his athletic abilities. The school had a history of success in athletics with past students, including sprinter Michael Green, who participated at the Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia. In such winning fashion, Usain won his first annual high school championships medal in 2001. He took the silver medal in the 200 meters with a time of 22.04 seconds. Let's compare that to the fastest quarterback of all time, Michael Vick, who ran 40 yards in 4.33 seconds. Don't worry, I'll do the math for you. This would compare to running 200 meters in about 24 seconds, 2 seconds more than Usain Bolt ran it in high school. And Vick's hypothetical time is at a full-out sprint speed. Usain represented Jamaica in his first Caribbean regional event, the 2001 Carifta Games. There, he clocked a personal best time of 48.28 seconds in the 400 meters, winning a silver medal. The 200 meters also provided the silver, as Bolt finished in 21.81 seconds. He made his first appearance on the world stage at the 2001 IAAF World Youth Championships in Hungary. Keep in mind that Bolt is still only 14 years old. Running in the 200-meter event, he failed to qualify for the finals, but he still set a new personal best of 21.73 seconds. Bolt still did not take athletics or himself too seriously, however, and he took his mischievousness to new heights by hiding in the back of a van when he was supposed to be preparing for the 200-meter finals at the Carifta trials. He was detained by police for his practical joke, and there was an outcry from the local community, which blamed Coach McNeil for the incident. However, the controversy settled down, and both McNeil and Bolt went to the Carifta Games, where Bolt set championship records in the 200 and 400 meters with times of 21.12 seconds and 47.33 seconds, respectively. He continued to set records with 20.61 and 47.12 second finishes at the Central American and Caribbean Junior Championships. Bolt is one of only 9 athletes ever to win world championships at the youth, junior, and senior level of an athletic event. The 2002 World Junior Championships were held in front of a home crowd in Kingston, Jamaica, and Bolt was given a chance to prove his credentials on a world stage. By the age of 15, he had grown to 6'5", or 1.96 meters tall, and he physically stood out among his peers. He won the 200 meters in a time of 20.61 seconds, which was 0.03 seconds slower than his personal best, which he set in the first round. Bolt's 200-meter win made him the youngest world junior gold medalist ever. Funnily enough, the expectation from the home crowd had made him so nervous that he had put his shoes on the wrong feet, although he realized the mistake before the race began. However, It turned out to be a revelatory experience for Bolt, as he vowed never again to let himself be affected by pre-race nerves. As a member of the Jamaican sprint relay team, he also took 2 silver medals and set national junior records in the 4x100 meters and 4x400 meter relay. The rush of medals continued as he won 4 golds at the 2003 Carifta Games and was awarded the Austin Seeley Trophy for the most outstanding athlete of the Games. He won another gold at the 2003 World Youth Championships. He set a new championship record in the 200 meters. Michael Johnson, the 200-meter world record holder and holder of 4 Olympic golds, took note of Bolt's potential, but worried that the young sprinter might be overpressured, stating, quote, "It's all about what he does 3, 4, 5 years down the line, not right now." Bolt competed in his final Jamaican High School Championships in 2003. He once again broke the 200 and 400 meter records. Bolt improved upon the 200 meter time 3 months later, setting the former world youth best at the 2003 Pan American Junior Championships. The 400 meter time remains number 6 on the all-time youth list, surpassed only once since by future Olympic champion Kirani James, who's from Grenada. Bolt then turned his main focus to the 200 meters and equaled Roy Martin's world junior record of 20.13 seconds at the Pan American Junior Championships. This performance attracted interest from the press, and his times in the 200 meter and 400 meters led him to being touted as a possible successor to Michael Johnson. Indeed, at 16 years old, Bolt had reached times that Johnson did not register until he was 20, and Bolt's 200 meter time was superior to 4-time medal winner Maurice Green's season's best that year. Bolt was growing even more popular in his homeland. Howard Hamilton, who was given the task of public defender by the government, urged the Jamaican Athletes Administrative Association to nurture him and prevent burnout, calling Bolt, quote, "the most phenomenal sprinter ever produced by this island." His popularity and the attractions of the capital city were beginning to be a burden to the young sprinter. Bolt was increasingly unfocused on his athletic career and preferred to eat fast food, play basketball, and party in Kingston's club scene. In the absence of a disciplined lifestyle, he became ever more reliant on his natural ability to beat his competitors on the track. As the reigning 200-meter champion at both the World Youth and World Junior Championships, Bolt hoped to take a clean sweep of the World 200-meter Championships in the Senior World Championships in Paris. He beat all comers at the 200 meters in the World Championship trials. Bolt was pragmatic about his chances and noted that even if he did not make the final, he would consider setting a personal best a success. However, he suffered a bout of conjunctivitis before the event, and it ruined his training schedule. Realizing that he would not be in peak condition, the JAAA refused to let him participate in the finals on the grounds that he was too young and inexperienced. Bolt was upset at missing out on the opportunity, but focused on getting himself in shape to gain a place on the Jamaican Olympic team instead. Even though he missed the World Championships, Bolt was awarded the IAAF Rising Star Award for the 2003 season on the strength of his junior record-equaling run. Under the guidance of new coach Fitz Coleman, Bolt turned professional in 2004, beginning with the Carifta Games in Bermuda. He became the first junior sprinter to run the 200 meter in under 20 seconds, taking the world junior record outright with a time of 19.93 seconds. For the second time in the role, he was awarded the Austin Seeley Trophy for the most outstanding athlete of the 2004 Carifta Games. A hamstring injury in May of that year ruined Bolt's chances of competing in the 2004 World Junior Championships, but he was still chosen for the Jamaican Olympic squad. Bolt headed to the 2004 Athens Olympics with confidence and a new record on his side. However, he was hampered by a leg injury and was eliminated in the first round of the 200 meters with a disappointing time of 21.05 seconds. American colleges offered Bolt track scholarships to train in the United States while continuing to represent Jamaica on the international stage, but the teenager from Trelawney refused them all, stating that he was content to stay in his homeland of Jamaica. Bolt instead chose the surroundings of the University of Technology, Jamaica, as his professional training ground, staying with the university's track and weight room that had served him well in his amateur years. The year 2005 signaled a fresh start for Bolt in the form of yet another coach, Glenn Mills, and a new attitude toward athletics. Mills recognized Bolt's potential and aimed to cease what he considered an unprofessional approach to the sport. Bolt began training with Mills in preparation for the upcoming athletics season, partnering with more seasoned sprinters. The year began well, and in July, he knocked a few records off the books. But misfortune awaited Bolt at the next major event, the 2005 World Championships in Helsinki. Bolt felt that both his work ethic and athleticism had much improved since the 2004 Olympics, and he saw the World Championships as a way to live up to expectations, stating, quote, "I really want to make up for what happened in Athens. Hopefully, everything will fall into place." Bolt qualified with runs under 21 seconds, but he suffered an injury in the final, finishing in last place with a time of 26.27 seconds. Injuries were preventing him from completing a full professional athletics season, and the 18-year-old Bolt still had not proven himself in the major world athletics competitions. However, his appearance made him the youngest ever person to appear in a 200-meter world final. Bolt was involved in a car accident in November of that year, and although he suffered only minor facial lacerations, his training schedule was further upset. His manager at the time, Norman Peart, made Bolt's training less intensive, and he had fully recuperated the following week. Bolt had continued to improve his performances, and he reached the world top 5 rankings in 2005 and 2006. Both Peart and Mills stated their intentions to push Bolt to do longer sprinting distances with the aim of making the 400-meter event his primary event by 2007 or 2008. Bolt was less enthusiastic and demanded that he feel comfortable in his sprinting. He suffered yet another hamstring injury in March of 2006, forcing him to withdraw from the 2006 Commonwealth Games in Melbourne, and he did not return to track events until May. After his recovery, Bolt was given new training exercises to improve flexibility, and the plans to move him up to the 400-meter event were put on hold. The 200 meters remained Bolt's primary event when he returned to competition, and Bolt focused his athletic aims, stating that 2006 was a year to gain experience. Usain claimed his first major world medal at the IAAF World Athletics Final in Stuttgart, Germany, with a bronze medal. The IAAF World Cup in Athens, Greece, yielded Bolt's first senior international silver medal. Success was finally coming to fruition for Usain Bolt. Turning to 2007, Bolt did not win any gold medals at the major tournaments, but Mills felt that Bolt's technique was much improved, pinpointing improvements in Bolt's balance at the turns over 200 meter and an increase in his stride frequency, giving him more driving power on the track. Silver medals that he won at the 2007 Osaka World Championships boosted Bolt's desire to sprint, and he took a more serious, more mature stance towards his career from that point. On May 31, 2008, Bolt set a new 100-meter world record at the Reebok Grand Prix in New York City. He finished in 9.72 seconds. This race was Bolt's 5th senior 100 meters. Rival Tyson Gay finished second and said of Bolt, quote, "It looked like his knees were going past my face." Commentators noted that Bolt appeared to have gained a psychological advantage over his fellow Olympic contenders. In June of 2008, Bolt responded to claims that he was a lazy athlete, saying that the comments were unjustified and he trained hard to achieve his potential. However, he understood that such comments stemmed from his lack of enthusiasm for the 400-meter event. He chose not to make an effort to train for that particular distance. Although his trainer still preferred that Bolt focus on longer distances, the acceptance of Bolt's demand to run the 100-meter worked for both sprinter and trainer. Bolt was more focused in practice, and a training schedule to boost his top speed and his stamina in preparation for the Olympics had improved both his 100 and 200-meter times. On to Beijing for the 2008 Summer Olympics. Bolt doubled up with the 100 and 200-meter events at the Beijing Summer Olympics. As the new 100-meter world record holder, he was the favorite to win both races. Michael Johnson, the 200-meter and 400-meter world record holder, personally backed the sprinter, saying that he did not believe that a lack of experience would work against him. In the 100-meter final, Bolt broke new ground, winning in 9.69 seconds. This was an improvement upon his own world record, and he was well ahead of second-place finisher Richard Thompson, who finished in 9.89 seconds. Not only was the record set with no favorable wind, but he also visibly slowed down to celebrate before he finished, and his shoelace was untied. Bolt's coach reported that based upon the speed of Bolt's opening 60 meters, he could have finished with a time of 9.52 seconds. This showboating introduced Usain Bolt to the world and made him a household name, forcing people to understand that his name was synonymous with the word speed. Bolt stated that setting a world record was not a priority for him, and that his goal was just to win the gold medal, Jamaica's first of the 2008 Games. International Olympic Committee President Jacques Rogue also condemned the Jamaicans' actions as disrespectful. Bolt denied that this was the purpose of his celebration by saying, quote, "I wasn't bragging. When I saw I wasn't covered, I was just happy." Lamine Diak, president of the IAAF, supported Bolt and said that his celebration was appropriate given the circumstances of his victory. Jamaican government minister Edmund Bartlett also defended Bolt's actions, stating, quote, "We have to see it in the glory of their moment and give it to them. We have to allow the personality of youth to express itself." This race was just days before Bolt turned 22 years old. Bolt then focused on attaining a gold medal in the 200-meter event, aiming to emulate Carl Lewis's double win in the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. Michael Johnson felt that Bolt would easily win gold, but believed that his own world record of 19.32 seconds, set at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta, would remain intact at the Olympics. Bolt eased through the first and second rounds of the 200 meters, jogging towards the end of his run both times. He won his semifinal and progressed to the final as the favorite to win. The following day at the final, he won Jamaica's fourth gold of the Games, setting a new world and Olympic record of 19.30 seconds. The feat made him the first sprinter to hold both the 100 and 200 meter world records since the introduction of electronic timing. Furthermore, Bolt became the first sprinter to break both records at the same Olympics. Unlike in the 100 meter final, Bolt sprinted hard all the way to the finishing line in the 200 meter race, even dipping his chest to improve his time. Following the race, Happy Birthday was played over the stadium's sound system as his 22nd birthday would begin at midnight. 2 days later, Bolt ran as the third leg in the Jamaican 4x100 meters relay team, increasing his gold medal total to 3. Along with his teammates, Bolt broke another world and Olympic record. However, in January of 2017, the Jamaican relay teammates were stripped of their gold medals when a blood sample taken from Nesta Carter after the race was retested and found positive for a banned substance. Bolt's record-setting runs caused commentators not only to praise his achievements, but to speculate about his potential to become one of the most successful sprinters in history. Critics hailed his Olympic success as a new beginning for a sport that had long suffered through high-profile drug scandals. The previous 6 years had seen the Balco scandal, Tim Montgomery and Justin Gatlin stripped of their 100-meter world records, and Marion Jones returning 3 Olympic gold medals. All 3 sprinters were disqualified from athletics after drug tests detected banned substances in their systems. Bolt's record-breaking performances caused suspicion among some commentators. The accusations of drug use were rejected by Glenn Mills, Bolt's coach, and Herb Elliott. Elliott, a member of the IAAF Anti-Doping Commission, urged those concerned about the issue to, quote, "Come down and see our program. Come down and see our testing. We have nothing to hide." Mills had been equally adamant that Bolt was a clean athlete, declaring to the Jamaican Gleaner, quote, "We will test anytime, any day, any part of the body. He doesn't even like to take vitamins." Bolt stated that he had been tested 4 times prior to the Olympics, and all had tested negative for banned substances. He also welcomed anti-doping authorities to test him to prove that he was clean, stating, quote, "We work hard and we perform well, and we know we're clean." In between the Beijing Olympics and the London Olympics in 2012, Bolt continued to dominate as he won 4 gold medals in World Championships and even set his personal best in 2009 for both the 100 and 200 meters. At the 2012 London Olympics, he won the 100-meter gold medal with a time of 9.63 seconds, improving upon his Olympic record and duplicating his gold medal from the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Following the race, 7th place finisher Richard Thompson of Trinidad and Tobago declared, quote, "There's no doubt he's the greatest sprinter of all time," while USA Today referred to Bolt as a Jamaican, quote, "national hero," noting that his victory came just hours before Jamaica was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of its independence from the United Kingdom. With his 2012 win, Bolt became the first man to successfully defend an Olympic sprint title since Carl Lewis in 1988. Usain Bolt followed this up with a successful defense of his Olympic 200 meters title with a time of 19.32 seconds, followed by Johan Blake and Warren Weir to complete a Jamaican podium sweep. With this, Bolt became the first man in history to defend both the 100 and 200 meter Olympic sprint titles. He was dramatic in victory as, in the final meters of the 200 meter race, Bolt placed his fingers on his lips, gesturing to silence his critics, and after crossing the line, he completed 5 push-ups, 1 for each of his Olympic gold medals. On the final day of the 2012 Olympic Games, Bolt participated in Jamaica's gold medal-winning 4x100 meter relay team. With a time of 36.84 seconds, they knocked 0.2 of a second from their previous world record from 2011. International Olympic Committee President Jacques Rogue initially stated that Bolt was not yet a legend and would not deserve such praise until the end of his career, but later called him the best sprinter of all time. Following the Olympics, he was confirmed as the highest earning track and field athlete in history. Bolt has the nickname Lightning Bolt. He popularized the Lightning Bolt pose, also known as 2D World or bolting, which he used both before races and in celebration. The pose consists of extending a slightly raised left arm to the side and the right arm folded across the chest, with both hands having the thumb and index finger outstretched. His performance of the pose during his Olympic and World Championship victories led to widespread copying of the move from American President Barack Obama to small children. After these Olympics, Bolt would go on to win 8 medals in different championships around the globe. As he prepared for the 2016 Olympics in Rio, his final Olympics of his career, Bolt already knew he was the best to ever lace them up. Doping in athletics was a prime topic before these Olympics, given the banning of the Russian track and field team for state doping, and Bolt commented that he had no problem with doping controls. Quote, "I have no issue with being drug tested. I remember in Beijing every other day they were drug testing us." Before the games started, Usain stated, quote, "I want to be among greats like Muhammad Ali and Pele." Well, he is certainly on our list. At the 2016 Rio Olympics, Bolt won the 100 meters gold medal with a time of 9.81 seconds. With this win, Bolt became the first athlete to win the event 3 times at the Olympic Games. He followed up his win with a gold medal in the 200 meters, which also makes him the first athlete to win the 200 meters 3 times at the Olympic Games. He ran the anchor leg for the finals of the 4x100 meter relay and secured his 3rd consecutive and last Olympic gold medal in the event. With that win, Bolt obtained the triple-triple, 3 sprinting gold medals in 3 consecutive Olympics, and finished his Olympic career with a 100% win record in finals. However, as stated before, in January of 2017, Bolt was stripped of the 4x100 relay gold from the Beijing Games in 2008 because his teammate Nesta Carter was found guilty of a doping violation. In total, Bolt holds on to 8 gold medals and holds 19 Guinness World Records, just one less of the athlete who holds the most, Michael Phelps. Bolt's average ground speed in his sprints was 23.35 miles per hour. His top speed ever recorded was 27.79 miles per hour. That's how he earned the nickname Lightning Bolt. Usain Bolt is considered the fastest man to ever live. But was he one of the greatest athletes of all time? That's for you to decide. Does he belong in lists with Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Muhammad Ali, and many others? Join us next week as we once again dive deep into the stories that make up the greatest athletes of all time, right here on Behind the Lines.